Right, so welcome to Bilko and Brenny podcast number 9. I'm Bilko.
9?
9.
9? Really not. That's is impossible.
It's brilliant, isn't it, man? So you can probably gather we're going to do a wee Oktoberfest special tonight. Where did we get the beers tonight, big man?
Picked them up out the Alley Arms, and not by the Allison Arms on Shaws Road. Just the reason being it was easy to pick up. A lot of the shops had already sold out. And a lot of places didn't get the bottles in en masse, whereas the Allison Arms seem to be quite a good supplier. And if you ever get and look at their honesty fridges, they've always got a cracking amount of German beer. So I picked up what I could. There was plenty more there, to be honest, but obviously we don't like to be reviewing too many, so I picked the 4 that I picked. So.
Well, mate, you're looking good tonight as well, mate. Is that a wee bit of a German Fitbit top?
A wee Borussia Mönchengladbach top on, just for the sake of it, while the German Super Cup's on.
You're looking good, mate. I've got a German one as well. I've got Codes Graphics.
Graphics.
Yeah, but they're very big in Berlin. So, mate, we'll crack on with this. So the first one we're going to do tonight is going to be the Erdinger Oktoberfest Weissbro. Wiesbra. As usual, we'll get the pictures on the website as we're going on the video as we're going. I'm looking forward to this, mate. I'll tell you later on, actually, a place in the town used to sell Erdinger. We're going to be trying to be careful when I'm pouring this one. See, you've thought this through, man. I should have used a pint glass tonight, shouldn't I have?
What are you using?
I'm using the usual 2/3.
All right. Do you know, it doesn't, I thought it was like that. It doesn't seem like, just got the smell of it enough. It's quite light.
It is, man. Cheers, mate.
Cheers.
That is very light.
Cheers. It's got the banana sort of initial wheeze. You know, you get that first.
Aye. That's nice.
That is.
It's
quite
refreshing.
Even though you wouldn't know it. 5.7%.
I'm just going to read the wee explanation out, actually. So it's a seasonal beer offering a synergistic combination of 2 classic German styles, Oktoberfest and wheat beer. A surprising alliance that works very well together. A cloudy body with some amber hints. The head is frothy, pleasantly white with a soft texture. The lacing starts with a series of rings, but soon breaks into abstract art as the glassy progresses. You know what I mean, the lacing? Maybe just mean that frothy stuff. The wheat aroma. Aye. The wheat aroma with a fruit and clove hint combines a strong malty flavour at the back, and it blends the advantages of a well-known wheat beer with a traditional Oktoberfest taste, a grainy flavour and a lovely hoppiness. And it's the feeling crispness of a wheat beer speciality with an Oktoberfest body. And that's so good that now you mention it there, you can see maybe why it's not as cloudy as the Erdinger. They sometimes you've seen Erdinger kicking about in Glasgow, surely, mate, on draft.
I quite a lot of places do the Erdinger wheat brew. Or just the actual wheat beer, but rather than the Oktoberfest version.
And it was really cloudy, very strong, wasn't it?
Aye.
I remember.
I think most places still do it by the bottle, but I'm pretty sure. What's the one? It's been that long since I've been there. I feel as if I've been into town. I can't remember the names of pubs and stuff.
Well, do you remember the old Spy Bar up in Bath Street? It's now called the Butterfly and the Pig. That used to sell pints of Erdinger, and I remember the first time they bought me one of them. I mean, I was a wee guy at the time, man, and I made the mistake of having 2.5 of them. But it was quite a hard drink back then. I don't know, my tastes obviously, my palate's got a lot better since then, so I'm appreciating the taste of it more. So I was actually quite excited to try this, mate, and now you can actually taste bits of that, the original kind of wheat beer, can't you? And obviously it's got the maltiness and the hoppiness of a standard Oktoberfest one, so to speak. I like it, man. It's dead easy to drink.
Yep. Yep. I agree with that.
I mean, I don't know if you'd agree. The standard Erdinger, You get the bottles that I was talking about there. That can be quite medicinal tasting sometimes, I think. Can it be kind of, I don't mean it doesn't taste like medicine, you know what I mean? But it's just got that hint of medicine about it.
Sometimes.
Aye.
That's lovely. That's a really nice bit. I'm glad they started with that one, because I thought out of the 4 that were picked up tonight, I thought that would be the one that would be a wee bit more wheaty. You know what I mean? Like the wheat beer. But it's not, it's lovely. I mean that's it. I've had a good gulp with it. And it's no way the cloudy wheat beer that I would expect.
No, it's
what I thought when I bought. I have to admit, but when I was in collecting them, it was literally just your dancer. There's still Oktoberfest beers in there. And just go on with it, you know. So there wasn't particularly much thought put into it, which you're probably, anybody that's watching this is finding out quite regularly by myself. There's no much a lot of thought getting into anything.
I know we're not exactly the most organised guys in the world, are we?
But we're doing well. We get the content out. Let's not knock it. Let's not knock it. As Bayern went one up.
Oh, did you get a coupon on the night, mate?
I did tough. But Newcastle managed to beat it in the first game of the night, getting drawn with Newport.
Just touching on the betting, mate, as well. We've not done a wee bet for a while, since obviously we started off with a couple of losers. But we did, as you know, Blampy, who'd helped us out with a bet, and we did put in a wee bit extra, and we got a nice email back from Maureen up at Gesh, which I'll screenshot and I'll put on the social media, or I'll put it on the video. And that was just something we just did. So we felt bad that we gave you some losers, so we gave the charity a wee bit of dough anyway. But it's something we'll be coming out.
We've had our wee competition for the watchers and listeners.
Yeah.
As it turns out, Horace the Hippo's won. Was it Horace?
Horace the Hippo, yes.
Aye. So we actually got to meet Horace. So he's hopefully picking up his beers tomorrow. So in fact, if we can maybe hopefully get some of the 40s in.
Yeah.
If we manage to get him in, because hopefully picking his beers up tomorrow, which he was delighted about.
Aye.
He was over the moon. I've never actually seen somebody so happy at getting a few beers bought for him.
But mate, it was great to see. I mean, we were picking up the beers tonight. Obviously, you were kind enough to leave them. I had to pop in social distancing to pick them up. And he introduced himself to me. I didn't know he was going to be in there. And he did look genuinely happy. I must admit, when I was writing out that list of his order, man, I was a wee bit jealous. He's got some absolute crackers in there.
He's picked some good ones. He's got good, man. He does like a lager and a pilsner. So I think there's loads there that he probably wouldn't usually buy himself. So it was good that he's won it and maybe broaden his horizons and get me taste some other things that he's not going to ordinarily go for himself. And he quite freely said that. So all the best to Horace the Hippo.
Well done, Horace.
Hope to see some of your pictures of you enjoying the beers.
Yeah.
And a definite beers to him.
We'll get that score, mate. We'll come back to the missing persons bureau with regards to Hendrick and the Hendersons later on in the stream. They won the polo shirt. We don't know who they are.
Do you even want to just bring that up now? Because obviously we'll still be find out. If you can identify yourself, whoever Hendrick and the Hendersons is, we'll get you a wee polo shirt sent along. We'll just try and do that. Just obviously there's no rush, but just you want a wee prize, you may as well get it, even if you wear it when you're painting or whatever. It's a wee t-shirt for you, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just a wee gesture.
Yeah. So mate, let's crack on with the scores, big man.
Same as Andy. Because my love of Oktoberfest, my love of Germany knows no bounds, so you know what, I'm going to be high.
Yeah.
And that is actually, see, for a wee hybrid, I was worried about this one, I have to admit. I was very worried about it. I'm going to be quite reasonable, and say, because it is Oktoberfest beers, you only can buy them at this season. You can only buy them in certain, so we only brew them for this period. We've got these really fresh. These are all in date to this time next year, so these are all straight to Germany for the Oktoberfest edition this year. It does feel very fresh.
It does.
Would I buy again? I would say yes, I'd buy again, definitely. Would I sesh? No. Because obviously you've got to respect the ABV and the fact that we've got a few more to have tonight, then I wouldn't sesh it. My score's out of 10. I'm going to start reasonably high because we're hoping the standard's quite good with these beers tonight. Actually, no one of them that really high. We'll leave that one to the last.
Aye.
We're talking about the Spaten. Me and Bilko have been lucky enough to have the Spaten on draft at one of our local schools. But I'm going to start high. I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10, Bilko.
Aye, good score, mate. Good score indeed. So, yeah, I mean, I'm going to echo those sentiments with regards to, we're not going to lie to you. It's all about transparent. We have tried one of them before, but it was only because it was on draft and it was Oktoberfest. And let's be honest, we wanted a wee refreshing kind of beer, but we'll come to that one. So, the thing is, though, did we like it or not? You'll have to watch later in the video. So, yeah, on the Erdinger Oktoberfest beer, would I buy again? I would buy it again. I think it's a good mixture, as you say, a hybrid. Love that word. A good hybrid. So, yes, definitely buy again. Would I session it? The answer's no. I mean, I did have a mini session when I was a ripper on Erdinger Weiss original, and I regretted it the next morning. Also, the ABV is really, really, well, it's not really high, but it's high enough. It's going to have to be a really nice one for you to session, so I'm not going to session it again. In terms of the score, it's an enjoyable beer for me. I'm not going to give it as high a score as you, because like yourself, mate, I do, coming from a kind of lager background, I really do like the lagers, and I know that I'm expecting stuff to be better than this tonight. So for that reason, I'm going to give it a 7.25.
That's fair enough.
Yeah. So, Erdinger Weissbrau. Cheers, mate.
Definitely. Okay, so beer number 2 of the evening is another Oktoberfest beer. This time it's Lowenbrau, and it is served at the very first Oktoberfest celebrations back in 1810. It's full-bodied and multi-brew with a hint of spice and a yeasty tang. So we don't need a lederhosen on for this. I think we can just get it sparked and poured, big man.
Listen, I think Golden Game Time wanted to see you in your lederhosen, mate.
Oh. I'm wearing shorts tonight. No lederhosen.
I do like a bit of tang, mate.
Aye, of course. See, this pours me a lot of Pilsner.
Oh, this pours really nicely. Oh, it's a fine head on this bad boy.
I'm liking that.
Oh, yes. Oh, what a colour.
Yes.
Oh, man, I can see you. Go do that again. Go do that again. The camera can totally see you through it, mate. That's arty. Love that. Brilliant, mate. Brilliant. Cheers, big man.
Cheers, man. Did I tell you I've been there I've been in Munich for the Oktoberfest.
Well, just in passing, I've never really heard this story.
Not the point. It's quite malty, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. It's very malty, man.
Considering that pours like a Pilsner, it doesn't taste like one at all.
Aye, no, it's
definitely got the aromas of malty brew with a hint of spice. I'm getting a wee hint of spice as well. A few years ago, anyway. Mm-hmm. And I went with somebody who didn't really drink. So I think I'll need to go back and sample it with somebody that does drink.
Can you think of MD Brenny that you'd want to go with?
Bilko, I'm really struggling here. I think we need to do. As soon as the COVID disappears, we'll get it done.
Let's do a giveaway, mate, right? If you win the competition and you pay your own fare to Oktoberfest, we'll buy you a beer over there.
That is expensive. I do remember that.
Oh, aye.
That is expensive. Very expensive.
Did you ever go to the one, maybe they did the big tent up in Glasgow as well?
That doesn't float my boat at all.
Aye.
That's no, I mean, I think you've got enough places who do good beers and whatever else, and do good specials. Like the place we bought these beers for the night, the Alice in Arms. I mean, they've got their honesty fridges. I could have got another 4 different types of beers that were all Oktoberfest, all fresh this year. I'd rather get a boozer to stain them. and actually committed to selling German beer all year round than go to a tent that's there for a couple of days with these group organised tickets that are sold and voucher schemes and whatever else. I'm just not into that. Well, especially no under COVID. I'd rather pay the £800 and fly myself out to Munich and get a hotel and go to there. So
it's a bit commercialised, isn't it, mate?
Well, I think everything is these days to a certain extent, Bilko, but I think that sort of event in Glasgow Green it doesn't do anything for me, especially when they're just, it's generic. You're not getting to pick what you want or whatever. It's just served up as part of a pizza and beer deal. You'd be as well going to the beer hall and picking your own pizza and buying your own beer, because they'll get much better beers, do you know what I mean?
Aye, that's true, mate. That's true. Mate, I'm just looking at this stuff, the way this sits in a glass, man. Obviously, it's got that fizziness. It's very fizzy. I don't know, actually, when it does settle down, man, it's... I've got to say, if we're comparing so far, I enjoyed the first one better, mate. I really did. Yeah,
I just find sometimes the maltiness of a beer like this, because I expect it to be light and crisp, and see when I get maltiness and spices, it just...
Aye.
Don't get me wrong. I know that's what Oktoberfest is about, and it's not a bad beer by any stretch. It's just not what I prefer. You know, harping back to my favourite Munich beer, which is Augustiner, it's just so light and crisp and just boom. Do you know what I mean? I could literally sit and drink them all day. Do you know what I mean? I occasionally do. But drink responsibly, folks.
Mate, the Augustiner, I did notice when we were doing our research, 30 seconds before we started tonight, mate, the Augustiners had a Oktoberfest beer out, man, but it's like trying to get that here's like practically impossible, man.
You doing a haystack stuff, that is. There's quite a lot of stuff you won't get. Like I searched for the Augustiner, but all it is the Munich Helles. So that's all you get in Glasgow, which is it's lovely. That's lovely. Or you can tell a lie, you get there. There's another Augustiner that they do in Glasgow. Loads of places sell. But I can't even remember.
There's no the Helles. Is that the one you just said?
That's the one I like.
Yeah.
Another one that Edelstaff it is, or Edelstaff. So they do that, and quite a lot of places, like the SAS stores and the Key store up in Mount Florida, SAS stores and Port Shores Road, there at quite reasonable prices, as well as the other places that we talk about on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Around about our local area, because that's what we're talking about, our local area, innit? I mean, I'm sure we should really venture up the West End and do, once we're allowed, back to COVID.
Aye. I thought you were going to say once we're allowed, because we're a couple of Southsiders that aren't allowed to go up to the West End. Our accents, aye. Know what I mean? Us, going up there with Jerry Cinnamon. Know what I mean?
Would you take gear?
Jerry Cinnamon Sour.
Well,
but aye, bud, to go back to what you're saying, mate, I totally agree with that. Now, I don't mind. I wasn't, when I was like earlier on, it's malty. When I seen the colour of that, the seen it way it poured, the seen the fizziness and all that rubbish, I thought, this is going to be a classic Pilsner type, light, crisp, refreshing beer. But it's actually a bit heavy. The colour of that actually is a bit misleading, the way it tastes, if you know what I mean.
You almost feel as if it should be darker, a bit more IPA. With the spice and the tang, like the yeasty tang that they're talking about. To be honest, that actually feels a bit, I'm not too happy with it, the yeasty tang.
Mate, I mean, who likes a yeasty tang? You know what I mean? Aye, bud, I don't know about you, I'm ready to go in on this bad boy.
Aye, I'm happy to go.
So, would I buy it again? Do you know something, man? Disappointed I'm not going to buy that one again, mate. I wouldn't want to buy that one again.
Yep.
Now, I know obviously the Lowenbrow share price has just went down in the strength of that. Would I session it? No, because I wouldn't buy it again. There's your answer. Now, it's probably been come across a wee bit harsh there as we get more confident in our vernacular. But I mean, mate, we don't mean it as harsh as we say. It's definitely not a bad beer. I mean, it's not an Imperial Stout from Baskerland type of stuff. But you know, mate, I'm going to give it a low score. And I'm sorry, I'm actually going to give that. I'm going to give that a 5.75, mate.
Don't apologise, man.
What about yourself again?
So would I buy it again? No, because I'm not actually enjoying it.
Yeah.
Wouldn't session it again. And my score, I'm going to actually take into consideration it's 6.1% because it doesn't actually taste that heavy, and that's probably what's going to save this from me slaughtering it altogether. Right, seriously, because it has got a good bit of oomph to it.
Aye.
Without the malt and the yeasty tang and the hint of spice, which I'm not particularly liking any of it, will mean that I'll finish it because I can't taste the ABV in it, and I'm not wasting money I've just spent on them either. but as a beer goes, that's one of the worst we've reviewed as yet on the podcast. And it's this podcast number 9.
Yeah.
So take it. I mean, we're nearly up to we're nearly up to 40 beers we've reviewed. We might have even reviewed 40 beers, and that's the worst one we've reviewed yet. And I'm getting a 5.
No worries, mate. No worries, man. Listen, I'm not going to disagree with you on that,
by the way, bizarrely, I've never liked Lone Brown. Never. I don't know what it is. The one, I mean, I've been at the brew house in Munich, and I didn't like it there. Didn't like it. Left it after one beer and stuff. You know, it's like, I don't know. Sometimes you just get brands that you don't like.
Aye.
But they're massive. I mean, they're massive in Munich, massive in Germany. I think just sometimes I don't like it. I don't like it.
But it's quite. Listen, man, it's a wee bit treacly, isn't it?
It's not a Baslan MP stout, but it's up there with being. There's a lot of things. I can't say much nice about it, to be honest. There isn't a lot nice. Apart, do you want me? Right, I'll tell you the nice things. I'm halfway done, and the colour's still really nice. Still a wee bit of fizz. I'll not say the word. And it's 6.1%. That's about the 3 things that are good for it. The rest, the taste, it's pretty fucking.
Mate, I mean, you know yourself, but these things are all kind of. And listen, mate, we're our own guys. You know, I'm going to actually say it here, mate. The bottom line is, would you say shit? No. Would you buy it again? No. You score it. See all this stuff. You know what I mean? It looks brilliant. You know what I mean?
Well, it does.
Amazing.
I mean, it does to me. It does to me, right? But see what that looks like and what it tastes like are 2 totally different things. It looks like it should be a refreshing, clean, crisp Pilsner festival beer. But I know the festival beer should have a bit of spice and all the rest of it. So it's maybe holding true. I mean, the fact that it was brewed, this has been brewed all the way back to 1810. Do you know what I mean? Maybe they want to update it a wee bit.
Aye. Aye, man. It's disappointing, mate. See when we poured that and we seen the clearness, you could see your napper through the can, which the glass, when we watch it back, you'll see that. I thought, this is good, this is it. And then it was just like far too much maltiness, man. Disappointed, man. It's everything that a beer, Oktoberfest beer, should look like. The only problem is it doesn't taste like it.
And a reluctant cheers at that.
Aye, cheers, mate. So we're on to the beer 3 of the night, which is the Spaten aus München Oktoberfest beer. We've been talking off stream there about what it is, but it's 5.9% ABV. There we go. Now, it's saying this is the darker Marzen being sold in the US and elsewhere as Spaten Oktoberfest or Marzen, and it is not the Golden Fest beer sold at in Munich as an Oktoberfest beer.
The Golden Fest, that's no Marzen.
I think it looks like the golden one to me.
That is the golden one we've got.
Now, is this the same one that we've tried already, big man?
Yes, it is. It's exactly the same one that we've tried already.
We'll come to that in a wee second or two. So you've got high hopes for this. Well, obviously we've tried it out the cask.
I've tried a bottle of it as well in the Alley Arms. Cheers.
Cheers, big man. Boom.
Aye.
That's
the same stuff we were drinking Friday night in Coles on draft. Coolship and draft.
Aye.
And then we also got a Kerry, remember?
I do. I've got a video of that. I might actually put it.
Post that video.
I'll put a wee video in the corner, right, for us to have a laugh. Because I pull it out as if it's come out from below. It's a wee carton. Well, that is more malty in the right way. It's perfectly balanced malt, banana-ish. Dare I say a wee bit herbal?
That ticks all the boxes for me.
That is light. That's brilliant. What's the percentage on this one again? 5.9?
5.9, this one.
Oh, I love that one, man. That is exactly. I mean, that looks really, really good in the glass as well. I'm going to struggle to actually hold this in my glass for the duration of the review, mate.
Yep.
We'll just do the scores now. Mate, that's phenomenal, man. That is just, you know, you talked earlier on about Pilsners and lagers, and that is crisp. It is.
What I think about that is in comparison to what we just drank with Lowenbrew, and I do think they're all part of the same sort of subsidiary in some like a group of them. But what I think the difference is the maltiness isn't too malty. There's no yeast, you know, and the spice isn't. There's no obvious spice. That's just like an upgraded Pilsner. Do you know what I mean? Like, just so that it's flavoursome, but not overly untannable. I'm going to use that untannable.
Yeah.
Untannable. To me, that's tannable. At 5.9%, you wouldn't even know that's 5.9%. We made this point when it was off the draft as well. That it was just like crisp, clean, so nice. And what did we end up doing? We ended up sitting drinking it on it. Do you know what I mean? We had a 2-hour slot, and I thought, did you take anything else? I think all I took was
I get a wee sour. I get one wee sour. Just to clean the palate, and then went back on this. So we had a couple of pints of this, had a wee sour sandwich in the middle, and then we get how did that work again? Because I was really impressed with it managed to keep the freshness. How did we get that out the cask?
We just pulled it straight. It's just a keg. He just pulls it straight into the. Well, go and get them. Well, show everybody what we mean.
Aye, show the viewers. Show the viewers. So while Brenny's away there, this is a wee carry out we took for Coldship.
So these are 1 litre. These are 1 litre, essentially growlers. They're not growlers, obviously, they're plastic. But this was our good mate Dom's way of getting round the 10 o'clock licensing that was only brought in last Friday. So he bought 40 of them just so he could punt beer out at last orders, which I think's a crack idea.
Shows your canisters, big man. It's a lovely pair of canisters you've got, mate.
Did I show you the growler? That's got so many connotations in Glasgow.
No, mate, it's that is fantastic. And when obviously we've seen we were going to do the Oktoberfest, I was hoping they were all going to taste. I was thinking it's going to be hard to judge because they're all going to taste as good. But that is a quality kind of.
Yeah,
mate.
Yeah. I think we'd already agreed. Well, I kind of already agreed in my mind that this was probably going to be my beer of the week before I'd even reviewed it because I drank so much of it and I really enjoyed it. And I'd actually had one from the bottle sitting myself. Remember I sent you a picture last week some point?
Aye, I did. Well, I was at my work. I remember it well, mate.
All right. Well, you know, you're working at that time, money. You doing the shifts again?
Aye, 4:45 it was, wasn't it?
All right, was it? All right.
Aye.
I didn't even know. I thought at 10 o'clock, how my head they started.
Yeah, that's a phenomenal. I really quite love that. I'm in love with that. I will point out as well, and you know we've spoke about this on the show in the past, mate. I believe that Anheuser-Busch own this company, or they're certainly involved in it. Is that a bad thing? Is it a good thing? Sometimes when you see, for example, I know there's other channels that have spoke about, Newcastle Brown Ale, for example, being bought over by Heineken. Is it the same product as it was? I would like to think that still is the same product. Now, I don't know. Maybe some of the viewers could fill us in on this. Since Anheuser-Busch have bought this company over, has the product changed? But I tell you, man, that is I love this stuff, man. It's so smooth. It's so crisp. It's so delicate, mate. It's a very delicate. I can't believe it's 5.9%, man. It's so light.
It's got no hint of being that strong at all. It's an absolute delight. It's an absolute delight.
Yeah. And you know that way, after you've had a few, if you've had a few bad beers, for example, obviously with a bad beer prior to this, sometimes you smell it and it just kind of puts you off. But that one still smells, the aroma's still very, it's obviously got a wee bit of banana, it's got that herbal, that kind of grassiness to it, man. I love this, man. I'm excited to score this one, big man.
Yeah, go score. It's your turn, is it not?
Yes, so would I buy it again? Yes, this is. We did buy it again. Right, so bought that again. Would I session it?
Yes.
5.9%. Yes, I would session that. That is how good this is.
We sessioned it.
We sessioned it on Friday night. And I tell you, I never had a sore head or anything. The scores, it's definitely my beer of the night so far. It's better than the Intra Citra Overdrive that I reviewed individually. Oh, mate, I think you were in your bed.
Better than the Intra Citra Overdrive?
Aye. Oh, hang on a minute. What score did I give that Intra Citra?
I'm going to tell you.
Oh, my goodness, man. Do you know I've been getting pelters for that Intra Citra, apparently, like Rock and Roller. If you're watching this, Rock and Roller, you can't handle it because it's 8.3%. You just go down there and drink responsibly. See, I can't even fucking talk.
Folks, this is 3 Oktoberfest beers. 3.
Anyway, Roller, we'll be coming to Varka at some point in the future. Mate, what I mean by this is it's more because you'd session it, it's better than the Intra Citra Overdrive. Because it's crispier, more delicate.
Got you. There's no chance you would the Intra Citra Overdrive got a session, of course.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I'm going to give it, mate, I'm going to give that an 8.25 out of 10.
Woo.
Bing!
So my scores on the doors are, would I session it? Already have, so it's a yes. Would I buy it again? This is about my 6th purchase of it, so I can hardly say that I'm not going to buy it again. My scores on the doors of it. It's my favourite beer that I've had in the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I was
probably the last 6 days. Last 6
right.
days. Yeah, last 6 days. And I'm going to give it, and I'm now trying to remember scores, but one of them, it'll be a big one for the night, but it's not that big in the grand scheme of things. 8 out of 10.
Brilliant, mate. Brilliant. That's a first-class honours degree in MD's book, isn't it?
Oh, I wouldn't know, mate. I didn't agree.
Mate, I don't even, mate, I don't know if you noticed.
In fact, I didn't even pass my HND. I can only say I've got an HNC. I'm a credit, I like it.
Mate, I don't know if you noticed J-Mac Fitness had commented on the video. He's like that brilliant, you're teaching me Glaswegian. I'm like that, mate. That's good, man. We're just learning English.
Alan's a good lad, by the way. Alan, J-Mac Fitness. If anybody wants to get fit, and given that Sober October's coming up for a lot of people, I don't think it's something I'm going to do. I personally think that drinking responsibly a couple of days a week is more in tune with how I like to drink, rather than this giving it. You know, just be responsible, guys. Do you know? You know what I'm saying? It's like you don't need to do it every day.
Aye. Big man.
Be responsible. But if you want, during this month of abstinence that you're going to put yourselves through, get right onto the J-Mac Fitness on YouTube. And it is J for Joseph, M for Mike, A for Alpha, C for Charlie, Fitness on YouTube. That's me just spelling it out for the Glaswegians amongst us.
So, as you can see, everybody, obviously, right above here, we've got the social media links, Instagram, Twitter. I've managed to get Brendan to commit to logging into Twitter twice a week.
I really should just give you that Twitter account. I don't know how to do it, but I don't actually know how to do it.
No, I don't want it, man. I'm happy. Instagram's bad enough. See, when you consider, right, on an Instagram, you've got people like Geo Appel, for example, getting a picture of Overtone oofed. I don't know where he's filmed it. It looks as if he's filmed it in the Clyde Tunnel cycle path, and it's all lit up purple. And it's like, this is what we're competing with, mate. You know, guys like that, really quality photographers, DTW, guys like that. You've got, obviously, everybody that works at Overtone Brewing. They're all fantastic. Dan, he's not bad at all. You've got all these guys as well. But a wee shout out to somebody that's connected with us recently. It's the boys down in Wales, down at Tinworks Brewery. They got in contact with us, really liked what we were doing, we really liked what they were doing. Obviously, they hadn't watched us, Brenny.
Did we know review a Tinworks on the initial test?
Aye, we did.
Yeah. Brilliant. That's good that they go in touch.
Aye.
That's good that they go in touch. I remember you sending it on to me. And as you do in your fast-paced life, Billy, like, when you're 26,000 messages a day, I'll look at a couple of them. And that was one of the ones I seen.
Mate, I'm not surprised you seen that one, because I sent that one. It wasn't 3 o'clock in the morning when I normally send the rest of them, mate.
Fair enough. So that was nice that we see they'd fling in a couple of bottles as well. I remember that.
Aye, fling in a couple of bottles. We need to get a wee order in there. We've got a wee short list that we're working through. Again, please, guys, just, you don't have to do it. But if you give us some feedback and tell us the breweries you want, we'll do them. See if people say the same brewery all the time, we'll do it, won't we?
Exactly.
100%, mate.
And listen, always remember, we're buying these beers. We're buying these beers and we're reviewing them fairly so that you know what you're going to buy once you go. So if you've got a favourite beer or a favourite brewery, or you want us to get pushed in front of the camera, just let us know.
Man, don't say that. It'll be like that. But we'll end up having to do that Belgian one.
Responsible viewing, responsible drinking, responsible betting. So, beer number 4 of the night of the Oktoberfest special, which, let's not kid ourselves, a lot of big hitters in here, Bilko.
Aye.
They don't feel it as you're going down, but now we've hit beer number 4. I think we can both agree that Oktoberfest, no, I would session every one of them. That's how you get big tents of Germans, you know, whoa, Oompa man, Frauleins with mere chunks that are carried and they're holding, do you know what I mean?
Drinking responsibly like fuck.
Exactly. Germans know how to do it. I mean, we're talking about Sober October. What do the Germans do? They come straight back in, 2 foot it. They have the best thing that they can do. Get all our brewers to make specials for the year. You've got to tip your hat to the Germans, man. That's definitely. Well, no use saying that, right? Good luck to them. So, I'll describe the beer, sorry. I'll get a bit carried away there. So, this is the Hofbrau Oktoberfest beer. And it's a Munich Beer Festival. It's just one of the largest possible. Listen, we know what I'm talking about. 6.3 volumes, a better taste and alcohol content. They're actually mentioning that alcohol content of. But Hofbrau, I'm looking forward to tasting it.
A fine looking beer.
Tremendous looking beer. And that's
Cheers.
a cheers for me. That's a cheers for me, Bilko.
It's a cheers for me to you, big man.
Cheers. A wee bit more of the malt in that than the last one we had.
Aye, but it's still not too malty.
No, I wouldn't say that at all. I wouldn't.
It's a lot fuller in the body.
Definitely. Initial contact after 3 of these bad boys and having this is, you wouldn't know that 6.3% anyway, I'll tell you that.
No, you wouldn't, man. I like it. Hey, I'm just having a wee laugh there when I read it. It obviously goes down well with traditional Bavarian cuisine. I can imagine having a nice wee bratwurst with that, man.
Tell me, pack of chopped pork with onions raw. That's what they're into over there. That's one thing I'll remember. I went into the Augustiner Brewhouse, which is crank, right? And it's no far from Marienplatz. Marienplatz is the main square in Munich, where this wee cuckoo clock supposed to work at 12 o'clock every day. And it might work, it might not. And you get thousands of people waiting on this thing. And then it's like, is that it? Right? It's one of the most disappointing things you're ever going to see in your entire life. It's like literally a cuckoo clock. With a few wee things, right? Maybe I'm just an uncultured. Well, no, I'm an uncultured. Anyway,
you're cultured, mate. You are cultured. You're well cultured.
No one am watching things like that, right? I'm thinking, let's get to the pub.
I have seen the other side of the camera, mate. Right, and I have seen the quality artwork that you have in your house, mate. Obviously, people that have given it to you.
Can I show you an item today?
Aye, go for it.
Show you an item.
This will be fun.
No, this is a wee memento for my granda. This is my granda. So my granda was and not that it matters anyway, because my granda was a big believer in fucking all war was fucking futile, but he was a POW for 5 years during the Second World War. He was one of the first grunts in under fucking British Army into fucking invaded France. He'd done a long walk from France to Poland.
What was your grandpa's name again, mate?
John Fagan. So he was 5 years a prisoner of war. Anyway, so my mom's had this wee memento in the house that I've always wanted. And my mum's selling her house and stuff, and she's moving out and like all the storage space and everything else. So I've managed to acquire the day this wee absolute beauty, which is the radio. I don't know if it can be seen.
Oh, man. Oh, I can see
it. That's my granddad's radio that he had prior to him going away and whatever else that was kept for him. And we've done projects. It still works. I need to get a DAB in it right enough. Do you know what I mean? There's no point in having it.
Brilliant.
But I'm really proud to have it.
Are we going to get back to the scores on this beer?
Oh, we still to score this.
We are.
Oofed. It's a tough one to score. Because I'm telling you, I'm enjoying this.
I'm enjoying it as well. The fact that we've just went on a wee, what do you call it?
A wee rant.
A wee rant.
A wee side distraction after three other Oktoberfest beers.
Yeah.
So, is it my turn?
It has.
So, would I buy it again? I'd buy that Hofbrau again. I have to happily say I'd buy that Hofbrau again, my man.
Okay.
With a session, I'm going to double check. At 6.3%, I think even by my standards. I think we're seeing what session Oktoberfest beers is doing to us. So I would say yes.
Right, okay. Yes. Okay.
Just the hell of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, the hell of it, Bilko.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm going to score that. Oh, I'm struggling. Now I'm 8 point.
You're eight on the Lowenbrow.
Spaten 8.5, is it no?
Aye, the Spaten 8.8. You were 8 on the Spaten.
All right, that's okay. That's okay then. So the Hofbrau isn't quite the Spaten, despite it being a lovely, lovely beer. It's not my favourite, right? Spaten has been my favourite. So I'm giving the Hofbrau a 7.75.
That's a healthy score, Biggie.
Right.
So for me, would I buy it again? Yes, I'd buy it again. Would I session it? Absolutely not. 6.3%. Absolutely would not session that again. It's a perfectly
If I
wonderful
came up with 12 bottles and there was no social distancing allowed, we'd tally 12. I think you'd be on the whiskey. You'd be on the whiskey as well, is it?
Well, I think you've just summed up why I wouldn't session it again. I've always got the whiskey to follow back on. Right, know what I mean?
Okay.
Right. Score-wise, it's nowhere near as good as the Spaten for me. It's a lot better than the Lowenbrown, which, let's be honest, was pish. The Erdinger, I gave that a 7.5.
I like the Erdinger.
I liked Erdinger as well. I'm actually going to mark it in comparison. I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10. Put it on a comparison with the Erdinger. Because it is a perfectly quaffable beer. It's the kind of one you'd maybe like, after having a few Spatens, you'd maybe put a couple of them into the mix, just to get it going. So, aye mate, so Hofbrau, Oktoberfest beer.
Cheers.
Cheers.